Okay, Mrs. Hines here. So today is November 3rd, Tuesday, and we're going to still talk about CAD. So I wanted to have my camera on in this portion because I wanted to show you a few things that I was able to draw in TinkerCAD or a program like TinkerCAD and get them printed out. This is something that I use every single day. It's a fidget cube. This took 2 hours to 3D print. It's approximately, say, an inch all the way around, maybe a little bit more, but it's one piece that's interchangeable. So it printed on a 3D printer in one piece, and then it's able to be moved in multiple pieces, which is cool. A 3D printer can make very delicate things. So if you see this flower here, this was 3D printed. Something else that was 3D printed that was very delicate would be this cup. So this cup, if you see it, let me twist it around there. So it's the number pi, and all the numbers are written around on the edge of it, which is really awesome. This would take really a lot of skill to make this any other way, but with a 3D printer, you can make it on the computer and then it prints it out. A 3D printer is more or less an expensive hot glue gun, and you're telling the hot glue gun where to drop the filament. That's what these things are made out of. If you are tinkering around in TinkerCAD, I told you to make a dice. The reason for that is because you can make the dice custom. So you can put your name on it. You could put symbols on the dice. So there's a little Batman symbol. And if you have this file, it's good forever. So at some point in your life, you will come across a 3D printer. You could take the file that you create and have it actually made for you. So when we're back in school, you will have access to a 3D printer. If you're in your community, there's 3D printers at the COG, the Center of Gravity in Troy. It's a makerspace. So you can check them out online, and it's definitely something you can check out. As a high school student, we'll use the 3D printer. I don't know if you know who this little guy is, but we'll end up taking your head and scanning it into a CAD program. So this is a bust, a top of a head of Albert Einstein. This is a mistake. This is a 40-hour mistake. Someone came by and bumped into the printer. So if you think about 3D printing as an expensive hot glue gun, imagine the extruder. That is the device that spits out this material and lays it down on the printer, and then it builds it up layer by layer. So it starts at the very bottom and it does the first Z layer, and then it moves up, does the next one, so on and so forth. So as you can see though, on the inside, it's not solid. The 3D printer wants to save materials. A lot of times companies will 3D print things as prototypes. A prototype is what they'll manufacture before some things like mass produce. They want to see, does it work? So they might have to scan something that's already existed, or you can use TinkerCAD and you can actually draw like wearable art. So I'll just take off my glasses for a second. These were drawn in TinkerCAD and they did fit the person's face, so you could wear them. They're pretty awesome, but I can't see without these. So those are some of the things that you can draw in CAD. If you go onto my site, my Mrs. Tech Hines site with lots of stuff on it, you'll see that I do have a CAD page. So at one point we were thinking about doing SketchUp, we were thinking about doing Onshape. These are really great if you want to mass produce things on a 3D printer. So if we're in school, we start off with the cube and we do the puzzle cube, so multiple pieces that fit together. And then again, if we were in school, we would be making things like keychains and fidget cubes. So some of these things down here, which are really interesting, is this blueprint page. When you click on that, it brings you to this site and you're like, what is this? These are all different types of cars. So Oldsmobile, see if they have my first car. I drove the Oldsmobile Cutlass. So you could actually find, my Oldsmobile was not that cool. So say that you find the luxury sedan. Amazing. But you could find, this was my first car. So you could find your car and you could actually view the image of it, but a lot of times it will give you the technical drawing. And what do I mean by that? I mean that it's a drawing that has measurements to it. So again, if we go a little bit farther along the pipeline here, There might be a CAD drawing, a computer-aided drawing. What makes it a technical drawing is it's drawn to scale. These numbers, these dimensions, show how big something is. So you could take this drawing, give it to someone else, and if they could read it, they could mass produce that product. So definitely check out my website here for different CAD tutorials, but you folks are going to be working on Floor Planner. The reason that I have you starting in Floor Planner, you can save your account, you can sign in with Google now, so that should be all taken care of. But working in two dimensionals. So we're going to talk about the X and Y, how big is your dream room. So again, you're going to watch the videos for this, but say that I go into your project that you were working on the last time. Or this time if it's your first time, because we had that glitch. But hopefully now that it's working, you'll be able to design your dream room space. So you'll go through these things on the side, all these toolbars on the side, and you can add windows, you can add flooring, you can add furniture, all that good stuff on a two-dimensional flat surface. So sometimes people like to look at like the blueprint version of things, sometimes like it in color perhaps, and then this material will actually kind of show you what things look like. What we'll talk about tomorrow, folks, is we want to have your room set up so that hopefully you have a door, some windows, a place for you to sleep, a place for you to work, and then anything extra. So if you want to have like a fireplace, if you want to have entertainment stand, a reading nook, whatever, just make this your dream room. Tomorrow we'll start to talk about perimeter and area, so some math formulas involved in this, but guess what? CAD will figure that out for you. Kind of like how in Google Sheets we're able to use formulas there. This is a similar program. What's also very cool is if you had a chance to play around in TinkerCAD, you may have seen the 3D thing, but again, with this, you can see the actual 3D version of the room that you design. So again, sorry for my laggy internet, but oops, looking at the floor here, you can kind of check out my space and see what you'd want to change here. Okay, so again, you can go in between the two views over here. All right, guys, if you were able to join TinkerCAD yesterday, that's awesome. Today you're going to be working on floor plans, so if you finish early and you want to join TinkerCAD and get into it, there's a ton of awesome stuff. I would recommend clicking on the Learn, and I was able to figure out how to just make a basic keychain. So again, once you learn one CAD program, it's very similar, the different workplaces, but you can click in there, and eventually if you would like to 3D print this file is going to be here forever. So it's not like you just wasted a day. We are working on Floor Planner just to get you used to the environment of a CAD software, a computer-aided drawing software. But if you did have a chance yesterday to join TinkerCAD, definitely continue to tinker around in it. So hopefully you enjoy that. And let me just show you some pictures because I feel like the pictures are worth 1,000 words. Imagine you have a 3D printer. Oh no, it's not always going to work. So sometimes you may think, oh, Mrs. Hines is just being mean and she's not making me my stuff. No, technology is only as good as it works, right? So sometimes the 3D printer does not work so well. But when it does work really well, it takes a long time. 3D printing is not something that happens quickly. So a lot of these projects, even though they're small, when you lay them out, they do take a while to actually make. So that was a surface that was working. These are some custom keychains that students made before. So again, like these are something that they didn't exist before. Somebody designed this out using CAD. And their 3D printer was able to exactly replicate what they designed in CAD, which is pretty awesome. So again, we used to do keychains, so that was pretty cool. Think about other keychains too, if you want to not only label luggage, but like your pets. Wouldn't that be cool if you could have customized name tags for them because they're part of your family, or your dream cars? So again, we were able to go on that car website and then produce little cars, and they actually did the floor plan, and we did this because he had a really awesome floor plan that had a multiple car garage. So if we were in school and making 3D models of our CAD drawings, this would be where you would tie in the 3D printing and you would actually manufacture the cars that are in your dream home. All right, guys, thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for being flexible this week. So I want you to go back and look at all the floor planner websites, but I just want to kind of give you a heads up and have Al say hello. You guys are doing a great job. Definitely save often. It should save automatically for you though, but I can't wait to see your dream rooms. All right, thanks, KMS.